Hello. Welcome to Star Wars game here. I'm playing Agents of Black Sun. My opponent is regular, ordinary Swedish guy. He's playing QMC. I'm doing the 12 card hand. My opponent is starting, looks like a standard start. He's going for the Starfighter version of QMC as opposed to Home 1. Do you hear the dogs? Let's see, so it's my turn. Looks like I have one Twix Fuller. Okay, hand's alright, nothing crazy. Let's start. I'll move my cards up here so they're at least somewhat aligned. So I start by getting a Vigo or start by trying to get the bridge? I think I'd try to go for the Vigo here. Oops. Okay, there's that Vigo. Shizo's Palace, as well as the uplink station, is in there. As is the bridge. Let's see other cards that I want. So I have Ceasefire. I think it might be safe to move Shizo out. I have Gary in hand. All my Landalorians are in reserve, so I can't draw for that. My Cloud City site is active. One Sense is active. Two Emperors active. So that's four. What are the other two? One Close Call, I think. Do I play two Close Calls in this? Okay. Nothing huge, I don't think. Alright, so use two for the Vigo. Use one to get Shizo's Palace. Use Shizo's Palace to get the uplink station. Use Mist Accelerate to get the bridge. Now, I choose not to play around Grimtash here, I think. Or do I? Is there anything that I'd want to put back used to see if I should draw? Alright, so which of those cards that I announced were in my force? I determined 4 of them. Would I be willing to give up a card not to draw? I don't think any, aside from maybe a second Emperor. And if I have a, yeah, alright, so let's just move them there for free. Flip. And just draw. Sense, Cloud City Site, Emperor, okay. That was pretty ideal. So plays the North Corridor. If if I can, putting Emperor there seems like a pretty decent play. Okay, he gets the Overseer going, so Emperor, if I do it, will cost 6, and he'll get a sight. Still might be worth it. Not really in a good position to attack Overseer here. And I don't think also that's the axis that I really want to go to win the game. I think if I had Forlom as well, it would at least be tempting. But as is aggressively pursuing space, that kind of plays into his hands more than mine. Because he kind of does what he wants to do, which is develop his space. Well, I don't do what I want to do. Okay, so he's going for a turn 1 flip here. That's quick. So that kind of makes me want to play Emperor less. Because he presumably has another sight, and he won't be able to pull it. Also, Emperor isn't a hugely aggressive play. It still might be my best play, though. So he keeps Yoxgit there. Alright, so... Yeah, Emperor is good because of the sense as well. But I don't really have the force to put Emperor down. So, presumably he has some kind of protective interrupt. Okay. Well, we're going to activate. 1, 2. Let's move my guys up more. Yeah, 13's correct. So let's see, Emperor would be 6. If I want to deploy these two, 11, 15, 16 to initiate. I can't do that even with force push. Alright, let's start off by making him lose 1 here. Okay, so sorry about the mess from hand. I could put Emperor here, then these two. I could just attack with these two, hope for a 2 on top for my Sense Destiny. I can check my Sense Destiny, but not if he passed during deploy phase. Also, if you pass in kills one of my guys, then the other one is left vulnerable to a counter beat. What's up? Sorry, I'm back. Let's see. So if I force push, what could I get? I'd want to play Emperor and something that I can attack with by itself. But even if I do that, what do I get out of that? Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. So let's see, I'm at 14. Let's say I get Boba Fett. That would be the best case scenario, right? Can I... So 5, 11, 16... No. I couldn't do Emperor, Boba Fett, Dengar. Be something... Yeah, there's not really much of anything I could do to aggressively attack with an Emperor on the table. But he only has 4 cards in hand. He's probably not going to add to his board position this turn, I don't think. So I think I'm not going to force push here. So that means if I want to look at my force pile, I should do it now. What card do I want least in my hand? Kind of like all the cards in my hand. Switch off seems not particularly great right now, and it's Destiny 6. So let's put that one back. And let's do it like that. Look at the force pile. Okay. Now, Ellis is a card that I really want. I can't afford. Turn. That's too much of a tempo. So what happens if I just play Emperor? 1, 2, 3. This is another card I really want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Django, Cad Bane, P59. Could drop to first strike. That seems pretty good. Or I could. Wow, the microphone's been off the whole time. I've been talking. Um, Not exactly sure how long it's been off. Probably since I made that bag transfer. Um, yeah. Geez, how long ago was that? Did I go through the entire thing about... I think I went through my entire turn's decision making while the microphone was muted. Oh, okay. So he's trying to flip me back here, and he does indeed. I was hypothesizing that he'd add to his ground. I was thinking about various ways to attack Yaxkit, all of them centering around the sense. But, there just wasn't anything hugely profitable I could do. So I went for the more conservative play. Saves him force. He only had 4 cards in hand. Obviously he gets 2 keepings. But, that's not a ton. Or he doesn't get a, so I didn't think he was going to add much to his position. Or didn't think he'd have the capability to add much to the position. I think he had the desire, of course. He actually did more than I expected him to here. It's actually a pretty aggressive play on his part. So he's already adding the Luke. I'm fairly confident he has at least Path, probably also Barrier. I didn't like having to lose the blast door controls now there, but I thought it was better than losing a force from hand, so losing an actual resource. Alright, and now here's the turn where I need to be aggressive. Yep, so he has me on sense as well, which is correct of him. Okay, so I've got 21 force to use. So I want to attack 2 sites. Question is, do I force push as well? So, how do I best use the force that I have? Interestingly, he didn't play the Dakame again, so he might not even have the Dakame in the deck. Let's see. So do I save Django for when he's got multiple guys? Cad Bane seems not that good in this match, although he does draw off as unable. Actually, that's pretty good here. So, the question is, which guys do I attack? And of course, if I just attack with like Cad Bane, he can path into a battle. And I'd trade Cad Bane for one of his aliens, and that's not a good trade for me. Yeah, he'd path away from one. So if I attack Luke and an alien, he paths Luke there. Or he paths the alien there. What if Cad Bane attacked Luke, though? And I offer up that trade. Then I attack Yaxkit with the other one. He could, with like P59 or something, he could path Yaxkit over here, but Yaxkit's only got 3 forfeit. That's dangerous. He could path Luke over, but then that's still dangerous. It's not a bad split. Can afford to attack all 3 sites. So Cad Bane with Luke, Yaxkit with P59. That would Dengar Banis. So 5, 9, 14, 19, 22 to initiate all 3 battles, so I can't do that. And that's the cheapest. That's the cheapest option I have available to me. So let's plan on only attacking 2 sites. How best to attack 2 sites? Save P59. So Cad Bane and then Dengar Banis. That does leave me vulnerable to counter beat. And costs 17 force. Leaving me with 4. And those 4, none of them being characters. I could attack with Johto being one of them. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought at first. Johto, Dengar being one of the attack squads. Let's think about this. So if somebody goes over, I can hit weapons. If somebody attacks me, I can hit weapons. Cad Bane attacks Luke. Luke has to either path away or die. Or he could path in Elors, but again, what if I draw 5? And then Yoxgit is on his own. Now how do I factor in the barrier? So should I start with Cad Bane? Let's see, which do I sense? The barrier or the path? If he barriers Cad Bane here, I think I let it happen. Alright, so let's start with Cad Bane. If I had an accelerate, I would probably have accelerated this turn for no escape to get the blast door controls back. Alright, so he has no action there. So let's see, let's lead with Dengar. Yoxgit. Okay. So he wants to put Yoxgit to that site. I think I'd let that happen. Then I can add Johto. Hidden weapons targeting Luke. So if hidden weapons fails, yeah, I think I saved the sense here. Yeah, so I have multiple ways to succeed. Hidden weapons could work. I could draw higher than 3 for attrition. And I've got multiple hidden weapons, so if he draws high and I draw low, I leave Johto here, and Johto can still hidden weapons again if he tries to attack Johto. Alright, so let's add Johto, or sorry, no, first Lose 2 to firepower. Okay, so now I add the question is now, do I want to add Dengar or add backup for Dengar as well? Not really. I think I'd rather draw a few. One of them being the close call. Although that's a good site to have multiple guys at. So let's see, I see 5, so it would be top card's Force Lightning. I don't really want that. Then I can't remember the other ones. One of them was close call. I remember not being very impressed with them. Yeah. This might be a little bit too safe of a play, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. No just, so hidden weapons, targeting Luke. Please hear me, baby, to cancel. That part of the interrupt is not immune to sense, so I'll sense that. Draw 5. Okay, so now I have to lose 2. Do I want to lose the masterful move? I have Gick in my hand. The question is, do I want that or a random card? He does have Cloud City Celebration, probably. And I probably don't have much of a chance of canceling it otherwise. And it is 5 Destiny. I think at this point, Masterful Move is a better than average card in my deck, so I will choose not to lose it. I'll lose from my reserve. Falling's Fist. Just accelerate our plans. Now the sense goes lost. So now he senses. Interesting. That I did not expect. Not with him playing Do or Do Not. And I don't have the control. Oh, true, he has low destiny, but he gets one, or he has low ability. So he needed a 3 or less, but he got it. So now he has to lose 2. There goes the celebration. Okay. Now, so hidden weapons goes lost. It's unique, so I can't do it again. So now I just need to draw better than a 3. Or I'd like to draw better than a 3. Draw 6, that's good. So I have power of 4, 8. Alright, now the question is, do I keep? I don't think I keep Jodo. He doesn't draw on his own. He's essentially forced to use hidden weapons. Yeah, let's keep Cad Bane. Cad Bane will definitely take someone out with him, and I'll be able to use hidden weapons at a later point. Okay, so he has battle plan, so unfortunately I'm going to have to accept that he can force strain me next turn. I can't cancel it. I don't remember what the bottom card of my force was, but I don't want to spend a resource to check. I think I should draw it. Oh, Django. Yes, very good that I drew it. Alright, let's pull resistance. So the 8 is 6 from the top. I don't think I'm going to be able to exploit that. So he gets me for 4 here. This isn't looking like a game where program trap is going to be at its best, but again, I've got the force push. But then what do I want to force push for? Force pushing for Boba Fett could be good. Yeah, I think I lose everything from reserve. Oh, I could have peeked at the top 4 cards of my reserve. Completely blanked on that. Okay, those are all fine cards to lose. Obviously, I'd like Emperor for his destiny, but you know. I'm still pretty happy with how that turn played out. I'm happy with my decision making that turn. Saving the sense, playing around path really well. I think I played around bear very well as well. I think that was a well played turn on my part. And I mean, the pretty big thing is that I flipped myself. And if he only plays 1 Luke, he lost the celebration. I mean, that's my goal. They're one of my main goals, is keeping Luke off the table. I think an issue that I have in this match is that I'm really good at board control, but not especially good at leveraging that into damage. Whereas QMC is very good at leveraging even a minimal amount of board control into damage. As you can see right here, he has nothing almost. And he just did 4 damage to me this turn. So that's kind of the dynamic I'm working with. So he's adding to space, which is fine for me, because I was not really planning on attacking Bespin anyway. This indicates to me that he really doesn't have anything better to do with his turn, because just the cards in his hand. I mean, he needs to play it, and you know he'll want to do that eventually anyway. Okay, so I take it back. He does have something good to do. He's got OB. Fortunately, I have Gek here if I needed it, which if he hits, I probably will. Okay, well, I guess he doesn't want to do the battle. He just wants to stack that site. So maybe program trap will come up. So let's see, where was that 5? So I said, yeah, no, I can't get to that. The 5 is going to be way too far from the top here. I mean, it's going to be way too close to the top for me to program trap with a 5. Oh, he doesn't. He does. He was intending on battling. It's just he accidentally he forgot that Leia was going to blank my ability, and deployed her anyway. The thing is, he can't really deploy her anywhere else because she deploys -2 at that site. He only spent 2 for that. I'm going to be right back in just a second. And I'm back. Alright, so we're still thinking about his turn. My turn. Well, I guess it depends on what. So he plays it like that. Okay. Now. Let's see. I have ceasefire. Let's see. So I can try to program trap here. But that doesn't really seem... Killing Leia, OB. So I'd need a 5. Okay. Got a few options. So I could go P59, Django, battle, hidden weapons. I can use the ceasefire to find a 2, a 3, or a 6. Presumably, if there's 1 in the top 3, I can hidden weapons as my first weapons phase action, and then Jedi, maintenance card, or permanent weapon card. So it doesn't actually add a battle destiny for me. It's still pretty good though. I can presumably hidden weapons OB, hit Yoxkit, kill Leia, and lose just probably Cad Bane, keeping P59 and Django at the site with the program trap intact. That seems pretty good for me. could force push for something. Oh, I can't hit OB if I ceasefire, or if I can't hit Yoskit if I ceasefire. Alright, either way I know I'm activating. And I'm activating the full amount. Okay. Now. And I know I'm going to cause 2 damage. And I know I want to do that before I do anything else. I just want as much information as possible. He uses Path from reserve and Spiral from reserve. Okay. Presumably he plays 1 more Path. Although Path isn't a card that worries me, particularly here. I feel like he got either Obi or Leia with his keeping pull, so I'm not particularly worried about that 1 card in his hand being a barrier or something like that, because he presumably didn't have a barrier last turn. Alright, so draining is pretty bad here, so yeah, the program chat play just doesn't seem very good right now. I kind of want those droids still. It might be better later. Question is, should I force push? If I force push, what would I get rid of? Program trap. Zuckuss, maybe? Zuckuss Gary? Program trap Gary? What do I want if I force push? And Boba Fett seems like the obvious answer, but I can also get Boba Fett if Jango dies. IG-88 would be pretty good. IG-88 would be really good. And when am I going to get a better chance to force push? Maybe, I mean, next turn. Right? I already have a pretty good plan for this turn. Why would I need to force push? And I'm not going to lose cards away that I want force pushed. So let's use it when I can get information about something that I really need. Yeah, my turn's already good enough that I don't want to enhance it by force pushing. So the question is, do I even want to peek here? I don't think I want the resource loss of peeking. So let's see, this is 5, 10, 11. Yeah, all these cards I want in my hand or want to have to force push. So yeah, I don't see anything that would change my play if I peek at my force pile, so I won't do that. Alright, so let's lead with P59. If P59 gets barriered, then Leia turns off Jango. I could think about program trapping then. That seems pretty bad. Could add Guri too, but that also seems bad. Alright, I don't think he's going to barrier, but let's lead with P59. Okay, he has no action. We'll let Jango. Okay, let's peek at the top 4. Top card is a 5. So, I could battle Ceasefire to lose the 5 and something from reserve. That will let me capture OB with the 2 and then draw a 4 for Battle Destiny. Okay. He's just indicated to me that he has an action. That again lets Yaxkit survive. Okay. That's actually a really... So he loses 2 to move Leia over to the north corridor. Which means I can't kill Leia. But I'm going to crush Yaxkit here. I'll have power 5, 9, 13, 17 to his 3. So it's going to be Yaxkit in 11. Unless he's able to pull a Hujix out of the 2 cards in his force. So that worked out pretty well for me. So yeah, he just took an action, so I might as well. So my action, that was a battle phase action. So my action is going to be initiate battle here. Let's see, what if I shoot first? Let's think about this. So, what if I don't ceasefire and I use the 5 to shoot Yaxkit? That's 2 force. Then he swings, hits somebody. I hit him weapon, sees with somebody that he doesn't hit. So would I rather take ceasefire out of my hand and lose 2 force, or allow him to hit one of my characters? And I think actually I won't ceasefire here. Now that I know he doesn't have any shenanigans that I can get out to, I think I'll start off by shooting Yaxkit. This also adds to his force loss that I'm going to cause this turn, which is going to be pretty significant unless he finds a Hujix. And he might miss. So there's that. Wish I kept the L switch off, I guess. So he does hit. Let's see, and I suppose I seize with CAD. So I'll play no weapons targeting Obi-Wan. Do I seize with CAD or Django? Okay, so he's grabbing it. So that means bottom card pretty much has to be Hujix for him to be in a good position here. So let's see. Now, who seizes? I think CAD seizes. Yeah, he's looking for the Hujix. So I feel like he shouldn't have passed Leia away. But maybe he finds the Hujix. Maybe he knew the Hujix was there. Alright, so Battle Destiny. So what did I say? 17? 5, 9, 13. So it's 3. So it's Yaxkit 11 or Hujix. So he's adding it up. That makes me think that he doesn't have Hujix, and indeed he's losing force. So I saw some of that, but not all of that. I hate this because I want the information, obviously, in order to play well, but it feels like kind of rubbing it in when you like, oh, let me see those 11 cards. No, we're gonna play this correctly. Let's look through his loss file. What did he lose? Oh, he plays a second Pukamer. Interesting. Okay. Nothing really revelatory there. Neighbor's kind of an interesting choice. Okay, just mostly standard. Okay, and I have to lose the P59 still. So now, do I move in front of Pukamer here or not? An observer asked a question that maybe many of you observers on YouTube were wondering. Why did Django not add Battle Destiny? After all, he says he adds Battle Destiny with opponent's Jedi or permanent weapon card. Obi's both of those things. But it doesn't count captives. Alright. So now let's just draw. I need to get an attack for he's still doing a lot of damage. What if I move these two here? I think I should. Yeah. He's still doing more damage than me though. But I've got a big lead on him in terms of life force now after that battle. Alice is a great draw for me. Although I can't Ellis Cad Bane. Okay, so he still gets 4 damage here. So, yeah, I think I just want to do the Ellis for the beats. Alright, so let's lose the extra Gary. Even with the force push, let's 2, 3, 4. There's the IG. That's most of my droids. I've got Probot still in the gray, and I think that's it in terms of ways around Leia. Okay, and so again, he's even though he's out damaging right now, just because of the life force differential, I'm in a winning position. So he needs to actively promote his game plan, right? He needs to find cards that will dig him out of the hole that he's in. Consequently, I don't expect him to be taking defensive cards of this nature. So my response to that should be to be as offensive as possible, exploiting his desire not to take offensive cards. And here you see him going with Qui-Gon, trying to be as offensive as possible. Okay, that makes sense. So I suspect he has a path in his deck, and that's why he did that. But why did he use Force? Why did he play Qui-Gon to the guest quarters and move one to move him over here when he could have deployed Qui-Gon directly to the Upper Plaza corridor or just moved there for free? Presumably he needs those cards in reserve? I'm not actually sure what went on there. Okay, let's see. So maybe I just take the super conservative. So let's see, he's got those two. So what if I just... I think now I force push for Feline's Fist. Okay. Or I could just attack here. I could do both, actually. So let's see. So 7 for that. So 7, 8. Lean's Fist would be 14. 15 to shuttle up. That establishes damage. Or I could just pay 3 to drain 1, pay 3 to drain 1. That might be better. Alright, let's start off by causing 2 damage here. No, if I lose this game, it's because he outpaces me in the damage race between his drains and Celebration. So the best way to do that is to set up my own damage. He's going to need to continue his as well as disrupt my damage, and I don't think he'll be able to do both. So let's force push. Okay, so Program Trap seems not very good, and Zuckuss isn't doing what I want it to. The reason I want Feline's Fist instead of Zuckuss is because I need to shuttle of a Black Sun agent in order to make this a battleground system. So let's start with Gary there. Do the attack. So what if he paths, battles, hits? Well, he can't sorry about the mess as well. Also, I've got the ceasefire. Okay, yeah, I'm still comfortable with that. So let's target Elors first. Yeah. I should have peeked. Okay, well I hit, so it worked out. But yeah, that was obviously a mistake on my part. Let's peek at the top 2 cards now. 4, 5, 3. That works out perfectly for me. Let's target Leia. Dengar. She's hit. Power of 6, 8, 11, 16. To his 3, 6, 11. So he's down 5. Let's see. He draws a 5, so I could lose Guri or Banis Keeg. I think I lose Guri. If he wants to lay on me, that's kind of fine. Yeah, so he loses 5 more. Alright, I discard my position now as commanding. Shuttle up Vigo. Okay, he's calling it. So we're gonna come away with a victory there. That was pretty good, I thought. I think he might have made an error too, which made it a little easier for us. I'm not sure about his path usage, but yeah, that's an interesting match for aobs because, like I said before, in my experiences with the match, aobs is very good at attacking QMC, but as you saw here, I didn't get a ton of damage through outside of the battles that I did, and perhaps he could have played those battles better, and I might not have been able to have those kind of advantageous confrontations, and it could have been a much closer game, I think. So, yeah, it's an interesting game for sure. aobs is a very cool deck. I like it a lot. Alright, well, I'm going to conclude with that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.